Hey folks, and welcome back to the playthrough. Well, after a little bit of fumbling around, I finally found out how to progress the game. So it's goodbye to this area of the game anyway, the cafe, and the poor old chap that we caused to lose his job by stealing that thing from the museum in the last game. But I found out if you take a closer look at the newspaper, you find another clue.
It was the newspaper clipping referring to the imminent eclipse. Wrapped inside it was another small piece of paper. It was a bank statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. It was beginning to make sense. Ubier had organized Nico's abduction. Ubier withdrew money from Marseille. Ubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train.
So I was right about Marseille. I just said that on a kind of hunch. Yeah, but some of the working out I won't show. You know, if it's taking me a bit too long.
It was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside.
So it's a nice little bit of music here. Still got the wonderful little orchestral soundtrack to it.
A chain link fence barred the entrance to the docks.
Let's see if he'll try and climb it. That guy Dob's doing its job.
What's the big idea?
I don't know. The dog went berserk for no apparent reason.
He's trained to do that. The idea is to deter any would-be intruder.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just remember, he's a trained attack dog. A killer.
So
It was a mean-looking guard dog.
there must be some way of getting rid of Fado. Look through the window. Will be little peeping toms.
The spike held a stack of papers which appeared to be shipping documents. None of them referred to Condor Transglobal.
I don't think there's any point in trying to take them. Is he gonna?
Ouch! Gotcha! That'll learn you to leave things alone.
There you go. For a big guy, he's got a bit of, and he's got quick reflexes. Must play video games.
The chimney was a metal pipe with a conical hat on top to stop the rain getting in. The chimney was a metal pipe. On top of the pipe rested a cone.
Well, there is a way of taking the corn. I don't know if you can take it already. I'll just try. No. Alright. Anything over here to be had? I don't think so. Right, let's go down the back of the shack. Because there's a way again, you've got to get rid of the dog. Then get rid of the
A short stick of
get
wood
past the
floated
guy.
near the edge of the landing stage.
Not
A
that.
short stick of wood floated near the edge of the landing stage.
Well, let's grab the stick.
The stick had a hook on one end. I figured it was a boat hook for hooking boats.
Yep, that'd be one use. I don't think there's anything else. There's a ball. I just saw a ball. Oh no, it's that. It's that lipstick. Oh, that's
Bobbing
that.
up and down in the oily water was the watchman's discarded beer bottle.
Let's see if we can get it. I think you got to use the boat hook.
The bottle was just out of reach. Nothing was going to get me into that water if I could help it.
Well, let's try the hook. It'll have a use already if it's the case.
I just knew that boat hook would be useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little. It was the beer bottle that slob of a watchman had dumped in the sea, now half full of filthy dock water. The label read, "Surge, the beer that clears your head."
It doesn't seem to have that effect on him.
The platform was held up by a hinged bracket. I couldn't figure out what it was for. Maybe it was part of a structure which no longer existed. My arms weren't long enough to reach the platform. The opening in the floor led up into the watchman's hut.
Well, I doubt you can go up there now. Well, you can let the platform down, but I think you've got to lure the dog onto it somehow. Yeah. You got to lure him onto it. So let's pull that back up. I think it's with doggy treats or something. Let's just see, I think you can sneak up here. He's not seen us.
A shabby old overcoat hung from a peg near the door. I couldn't reach the coat.
No, I think what you got to do first.
Excuse me?
Huh? Who's there?
Chemical warfare going on. Gas attack. Oh dear, it's a cauliflower beanbag for you, George. Yeah, well let's go over here and we'll talk to this guy first. We'll find out what this stooge knows.
Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
There's a lot that we can talk to this guy about.
Take a look at this letter.
I don't think you can.
Sick. Did you write it?
Oh, no. No, it's a letter from my girlfriend's admirer.
If I was you, I'd smack him in the mouth.
Well, that's not my style, but thanks for the advice.
We've been tempted to.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, pal, what is it?
A poison dart used for hunting.
What would you hunt with that? Mice?
No, monkeys and stuff. The tip is dipped in poison.
Hey, what you got against monkeys?
I love monkeys. I was just using them as an example.
Everybody loves monkeys. And that guy seems very defensive of monkeys.
You dropped your beer bottle.
Not me, pal.
Yes, you did. I saw you drop it right in the sea. Don't you know better than to dump your trash in the ocean?
I don't see no fish complaining.
Bit of environmental badgering there.
What's cooking?
Beans. You know a man can live on nothing but beans.
Not this one.
We've already
Don't
felt
you
the
ever get
beans.
tired of eating beans?
Sure I do. What do you take me for?
And what's the alternative?
Peas. I can't eat them too often, though. They play hell with my digestion.
Have you ever considered changing your diet?
What's wrong with beans and beer?
You need me to tell you? You're pumping out enough methane here to fill a dirigible.
Let's see if he knows that
You
guy.
ever heard of Professor Oubier?
Me? None of my friends are professors or anything like that.
Fancy some panties? He might be a cross-dresser.
I have these very exotic panties.
Doubt they're his size though.
Take them away, you pervert.
No, this guy's very moral.
I'm looking for a young woman.
At the docks? What kind of woman do you have in mind?
You don't understand. It's my girlfriend I'm trying to find.
Well, I ain't seen her, and you should tell her. The docks ain't no place for a young lady. They're dirty and they're dangerous.
Yep, that's some good advice.
I'm certain my girlfriend was brought here when she was
There you
abducted.
go, ladies. Stay away from
Your
docks.
girl was kidnapped?
Yeah. Struck down by an Indian with a poison dart.
Like the one you showed me?
The very same. I could tell he didn't believe me. Ever heard of Condor Transglobal?
Sure. They have a warehouse here.
Well, could I take a look?
Not until after the holidays. Come back in a month.
I have to make a delivery to Condor Transglobal.
Where's your rig?
About half a mile down the road.
And you walked here? Jeez, are you some kind of nut?
Nah, it was easy. I just put one foot in front of the other. Are you gonna let me make my delivery?
Not without the paperwork. You get the papers, you make your delivery, and I get a fat backhander.
I was getting nowhere with the story about being a trucker. Do you know what kind of business Condor's involved in?
I'll pay to guard the gate. Their business is none of mine.
Looking like a true god.
Does that dog belong to you?
Nah, he comes with the job. I just feed him every now and then.
More then than now, I'd say. What's the dog's name?
20.
It's unusual for a dog.
It's his registration number. Security dog number 20.
Does number 20 have rabies?
Nah, just a bad attitude. Like I said, he's a trained attack dog. They took him when he was a puppy and messed with his head to make him the way he is.
Sounds like nice people.
What time is it anyhow?
The big hand's on the floor. Why aren't you in bed?
I can explain everything.
Never mind, I ain't that interested.
What time do you open the gates?
7.
Do you mind if I hang out here till the docks open?
Please yourself, but you'll have a long wait. It's Sunday, and tomorrow is the start of the national holiday. Everything is closed for a month.
Well, wouldn't you just know it?
Well, that guy was helpful.
I gotta go now, but...
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Well, he was a lot of help. Now, there's a way of getting that corn off that. Should we try this? I remember there's something to do with...
Ouch! That's hot.
Oh, maybe you gotta burn yourself first.
The panties would not have been thick enough to shield this level of heat.
Alright, well let's try the cold water. Pouring some cold water on it.
The bottle was half filled with water. Maybe it would cool the cone down enough to touch it.
Let's see. There we go.
Now I could see into the pipe which formed the chimney. The chimney was a metal pipe which disappeared into the wall.
And I remember from memory of doing this, you stick the bottle in the pipe and it smokes that guy out.
The bottle had blocked the chimney, and the hut was filling up with smoke.
Come on. Then we can run down here. Sneak into his hut while he's out. And you can take the doggy
It was
treats
a packet with a picture of a boxer dog on the front.
and take his dog food. I think that's
The
a
packet was full of dog biscuits. It was a filthy, stained coffee mug. That mug was a health risk. I decided to leave it where it was.
Oh, well, there's no reason to take the cup.
It was an old blackened kettle. I couldn't think of one good reason to steal the watchman's kettle.
Right, so we don't need that. I think there's a piece of coal, I think, you can take.
It was a large bucket filled with coal. Someone had once told me a piece of coal brought you luck. Who was I to argue with irrational superstition?
Which, that's what I got mixed up with in the first game, because there was a pile of coal in the first game and I thought you had to take it.
The saucepan was 3/4 full of baked beans. Baked beans in ketchup. Baked beans in ketchup.
No, I don't think there's anything to do with...
It was an old iron stove, which heated the hut and the watchman's dinner. Yow!
How many times have we burnt
Stove
just
equals heat, heat equals burn, burn equals excruciating pain.
That's how you learn. Alright. Can we get a cup of beans?
No.
No, we cannot get a cup of beans. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think you can go out there. Oh no, you can. Is it the right thing to do? Maybe not.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of here.
Okay, just hold on to that dog.
Yeah, I think we've got everything. I'll just check his coat.
I wouldn't have considered wearing it if it had been the last coat on Earth.
Ah, ever the fashion critic, eh, George? With your snazzy Marks and Spencer's blue coat. Yeah. I think that means he's gone back in now. I'm thinking. I just said the door closed. So he must have thought that smoke inhalation isn't so bad. Oh. Either that or he's cleared it. Right. Well, the next course is to go down here. And I think what you do is chuck dog biscuits onto that platform. To lure him on.
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy.
And then you take him, give him a little dunk in the
I
water.
felt a slight twinge of conscience as I prepared to give the dog a dunking. It soon passed.
Go on, George, do it. Dunk the dog. Dunk the dog. Hey! No.
As I'd expected, the dog could swim like a... well, like a dog.
Doggy paddle. Well, we're not dog murderers anyway, that's the main thing. Our conscience is clear. So now we can go and jump over the gate and make our way to the warehouse. So that's yet another puzzle solved by George. Let's see. Yep. Success. So they're doing quite well. But part of this is from memory of what to do as well, which always helps. So we're here. And as memory serves, I think this is one of the first places where you can meet a grisly end. So I'll go ahead and save it at this point, and I'll come back to you on the next part of the video to find out how we get into the warehouse. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.